Welcome to the third-party Transformer news for Retro Robot Radio for the date of January 24th, 2016. Alright, so this week we have the first images of the soon-to-be-released Lost Exorealm Severo figure. This is FansProject's version of a Grimlock character. Now there's going to be two different versions of this being released, one the regular and the deluxe. The regular is just the character with a sword and one of the Solaron figures who forms a hammer. The deluxe version will come with the crown and the throne and a second Solaron who forms a even bigger hammer. You can see him in his alternate mode, and here are the little Solaron partners. FansProject is also going to be releasing more of the shells for their Dino King inspired combiner. Unfortunately, they said that these are going to be very limited runs and very expensive. I think the shells are more expensive than the combiner members themselves, unfortunately. They said it was a really, really bad problem with these. Just didn't turn out to be very cheap. It was very expensive to ship them. So they're only making 500 for the people who absolutely want to buy these shells, but they know they won't be popular at these prices, I guess. And here is another one, Brontobot. These both open up, and they you can hide the figures inside like pretenders. And I think they also work as coin banks. GCI Toys showed off a hand-painted prototype of their version of IDW Guzzle. This one's called Gulper. You can see here he is in his alternate mode, which is right out of the IDW Wreckers comic book. Iron Factory showed off some unpainted test shots of their War Within inspired Dinobots or Lightning Strike Coalition members. So those are looking for like they're going to be out pretty soon. I like these guys, but I do wish they weren't at an expensive 5-pack like that. I'd be more interested in getting something individually. Maketoys showed off the package images of their Iron Will recently, and that figure should be hitting any day now. Also, they have finished product images of their Katana and High Med, and that should help them finish off their version of Defensor, which is called Guardia. A new prototype from Maketoys is this Contact Shot, who's their version of Point Blank. He is a big old guy. He's going to be like leader class. And I can't tell exactly, but the chest looks like he actually has an opening compartment. And I'm wondering if perhaps the transforming gun in robot mode could actually sit inside the car. We have yet to see alternate mode pictures yet, but it looks like it's possible. Mastermind Creations showed off some images of its upcoming Ravage figure. This figure is... the transformation seems to be inspired by Universe Ravage, the one that came packed in with the Hound. But it's been upsized to the size of a full-size cassette instead of a micro cassette. You can see here he is in his alternate mode, either side. Just looking for some repro labels. And here he is compared to one of their full-size Voyager-sized figures. So this, right now there's going to be no particular sound wave that this fits inside of unless Mastermind Creations makes their own. I wonder if it'll actually fit inside a honest-to-goodness cassette player, though. I have an actual Soundwave cassette player from the 1980s that plays real cassettes, so maybe that would be a heck of a thing that it could fit inside of. They, because of the popularity of the pre-orders on this figure, they announced more molds in this line of cassette-sized cassette bots. Looks like a Rumble Frenzy enemy mold coming out, and then there's a Laserbeak Buzzsaw Garboil mold there as well. Perfect Effects showed off package and finished product images of their Xerxes figure. That's the repaint of their version of Leo Convoy. You can see he's looking pretty good if you like your dark repaints. It's kind of inspired by an episode of the Beast Wars 2nd TV series where there actually was a evil black clone of Leo Convoy in one episode, I believe. So has a little something there that's making a nod back to. TFC Toys showed off the in-package images of their Hercules figure. This is a super deformed version of Hercules, and it actually has a X-Graver and Neckbreaker, Structor, Mad Blender, Heavy Labor, and Dr. Crank. This is a pretty neat looking toy. Unfortunately, it doesn't have individual robot modes, and it doesn't have, well, normal size head. I do wonder if the combiner ports on this, if there's something new or old, or if they're power poor combiner ports. We saw a non-super deformed but shrunken down version of Hercules in prototype a long time ago as well, and I'd be curious if that is ever going to come out. Toyworld recently showed off a prototype of what appears to be their version of Generation 1 Ramjet in a leader class sized figure. This is the Masterpiece collectors going crazy because they're like, oh my god, it's too big for their Masterpiece. Well, you know what? Depending on how big you think your Seekers should be, maybe. But it looks neat. I'm curious what the price is and how many repaints it's going to get, because you can definitely do this guy in G2 Ramjet and Shattered Glass Dirge and maybe G2 unreleased Sandstorm colors. There's some potential there. Transformation Toys showed off a uncolored prototype here of their upcoming Menasor combiner. This guy is going to be made to size well with the Masterpiece toys. In fact, the Motor Master in alternate mode is the same size as a Masterpiece Optimus Prime with trailer. So they somehow get him to transform into a robot that's about the same size as MP10 while forming a trailer and truck that's the same size as MP10 with its trailer. I wonder if maybe some of the combiner kibble and stuff like that forms part of the trailer. X-Transbots showed off some teasers of an upcoming 3-pack of sweeps called Wrath and Bane and Curse. Now, these figures are pretty much identical to each other. They're only slightly different from Andre's that they already released, except for some paint and some face sculpting. They each come with a different accessory. One has a Eye of Metroplex, one has the Metroplex transforming cog, and one has a set of little plastic Starscream wings and a head and translucent to represent that time that Starscream was a ghost and possessed one of the sweeps. News read to you by Matthew Ignash from the pages of TFW 2005 and tformers.com. Make sure to comment below on your thoughts of this week's news, and make sure to subscribe.